Welcome back to the Plant-Based Podcast Asia. And today we have a special wrap up the year episode in which I'm gonna share more about myself and my journey and my motivation, where I'm coming from, and why I ended up being here in Thailand. Kind of hoped I could avoid this episode, but since many of you have been asking me, I thought, okay, let's dedicate some time to share a little bit more about myself. First of all, thank you so much for the ones that have been following this podcast, have been following my journey. We saw our subscribers and followers grow quite a bit over the few last weeks and months, and it really means a lot to me and to our team. So often when I meet people and they ask me to share about my journey, one of the first questions is like, for how long have you been here in Thailand? Obviously, I'm not a Thai, right? I grew up in Switzerland and I spent the first 20 years of my life there. I was working in the banking industry, actually, so in the finance world. And I just realized that I was looking for something else, looking for something more. I wanted to explore, and I started to explore the world. So when I was 20, I decided to go on a trip and travel the world, which lasted for 9 months and is also the first time that I came here to Thailand. I always felt like connected to Asia since I'm a small kid. I always felt somehow like I belong here somehow. And when I really landed in Bangkok for the first time in my life, I just immediately felt some sense of homecoming almost, and some really deep sense of, I just feel home. It just feels great. So I traveled and went back to Switzerland after that trip, after this 9 months trip, to basically decide, hey, let's just move here. Let's just come over to move to Thailand. And basically that was 9 years ago now, upcoming January. And I had no idea, I had no plan, I had very little money, but I just decided, I want to leave Switzerland behind for some time at least. I had no idea for how long I'm gonna stay, but I started off in Bangkok and then really just started traveling around more, getting to connect with more people, and started also learning the language and picking up the Thai language quite fast. When I moved to Chiang Mai, northern Thailand, has always been a special place, and the energy here is just somewhat different. A lot of my new friends here, they were vegans, or they were vegetarians, or raw vegans, or health conscious people, and I was like, what is this all about? And as my curious self, I really wanted to explore this more, and I decided to try it out for myself. So that was roughly 8 years back when I started to try eating vegetarian, and I realized pretty quickly that my overall energy level has improved a lot. So I was like, wow, this is interesting. So I tried to go vegan even, and again I felt great. Well, there were a few of course, it took a little bit time in the beginning to adjust to this new lifestyle, but I would say the advantages definitely outweighed the disadvantages. So I decided to go on and do it more and longer. And I always wanted to study and learn about everything, basically. Again, I'm a very curious mind. And then I just started a school at the Academy of Naturopathy, where I became a nutritionist and really started to learn more about holistic health, the connection between body and mind and spirit, the connection of rational and emotional, and all of these, and obviously nutrition, very important. So I learned that it's not just a very healthy diet, but it's also a very sustainable diet. Just one thing, being a Swiss citizen, growing up eating a lot of cheese, that was kind of that pain point, to stop eating that cheese, that yummy, yummy cheese. And I always tell people, well, giving up meat was never a problem, but the cheese, that was another thing. I just decided to start making my own, really. And I've tried different kinds of recipes with different kinds of ingredients, almond and cashew-based and soy-based, and tried a lot of things, until I kind of found a good mix of different recipes and, with some twist of myself. And some friends, they tried that cheese and they're like, well, Nick, this is a really good product. Can we buy it? And I was like, well, I just make that for myself. I'm not going to sell it. But hey, if you want it, here, have some. Well, this is how it started. And, this is how the company started that I founded a few years later, called Swiss Plant-Based Foods. And we're the leading manufacturer now of plant-based and vegan cheese here in Thailand. So yeah, it really just started picking up organically from, making that cheese in the kitchen back home, to giving it to some friends or some other friends that having restaurants here in Chiang Mai. They started adding it on the menu. Then those people eating at those restaurants, they felt like, wow, that's tasty, and they want to take it back home, eat it back home. So we had to create a retail pack, and little by little, really organic growth, we started becoming the leading producer of plant-based cheese. Then that's a long journey, and a joyful journey, and sometimes also a painful journey, a lot of work involved. But overall, I'm really, really grateful, because I followed my passion always. I followed my heart and what's been right for me since I'm a really young kid, actually. Again, I was 20 when I left my country, and started to explore. And yes, I started exploring the outside world, but another passion of mine that I want to share with you today is also exploring the inside world. What do I mean by that? Exploring the inside world, I mean going into the depth of the human mind and the human spirit, the consciousness, if you want so. Again, I think it's this connection with the Eastern philosophies also that I was really drawn to. Meditation, Buddhism, and just exploring the potential, unlocking the human potential is something that I'm very, very curious about. I've attended multiple 10-day silent meditation retreats, and I'm very passionate about going inside of myself. And I think this is a very, very crucial part now of my everyday life also, because now I'm the founder, obviously, of this startup company, of this podcast that you're listening to now, and many other things that I'm doing. I have a family with 2 kids, 2 young daughters. So sometimes it's quite a lot, right? And we need to keep the balance. And this is my daily practice, my daily, usually morning ritual of breathing, of self-reflection, journaling my thoughts and emotions and feelings, and to really take this time for myself that I believe is very, very crucial. And it really helps to develop our mindset further. I call it the growth mindset. You probably heard about the growth mindset before. There is like a fixed mindset and the growth mindset. The fixed mindset is like, oh no, I cannot do that. Oh no, I'm not good enough. Oh no, I'm afraid. Versus the growth mindset, hey, let's do this. Let's try this. I can do this. I trust myself. Let's try. Let's accept this challenge. All of that growth mindset. Wanted to learn more. Wanted to adapt to the circumstances. And this, again, is something that comes in really handy in the startup journey, where it's a real roller coaster, like in life, ups and downs, where we need to adapt to situations again and again. I believe this may be even one of the most important skills in the future. You know, it maybe not be about from which university you graduated from. Might be still important or still may still come in handy. But I guess even more important is how fast can you adapt to the situation? How fast can you embrace change and quickly adapt to, to the world around us? Well, again, you see, this is one of my passion is to unlock the potential of the human mind and really go to the next level. And I'm very grateful again to be based here in Chiang Mai, where I have an environment and a lot of friends that share similar values and similar vision. And talking about the vision, well, I envision a world where we come together more and more and more. A world without separation. A world where it's a win-win world for everyone and we benefit all together. Sounds like utopia to you? Well, it starts up here. It's the thought in your mind, in your brain, that carries that frequency of potential in the field, if you want so, to make it become true. I'm just, as much as I can, live by example to be the change and to support others, to help others, and to create deals also in the business world that are of, mutual benefit. And I'm happy to see that it works out, because if we are transparent with our intentions and what we desire to do, then we also often attract the right other frequency, like law of attraction. So obviously in our startup journey that's been going on for basically 5 years now already. We've been incorporated as a company for 3 years, but I've been doing the Swiss cheese already before that. I mean, there are so many ups and downs and so much learning, which is amazing. And I believe that's important and has to be like that also. This year we grow our team from just like 3 or 4 members early this year to 13 members at the end of this year. And there is a lot of growth that is happening early 24 that we already see that coming. So stay tuned. Thanks so much for, following my journey and the journey of Swiss, the journey of this podcast, where again the slogan is to inspire, educate and connect. And to maybe wrap this episode up for today, inspire to see what's possible, inspire to get an idea and share ideas of the minds of so many interesting, valuable people that come to this show, and to raise the potential really and see, hey, if I'm thinking like that and he is thinking like that and she is thinking like that, maybe it's not utopia, but maybe, just maybe, there is a potential to actually make it happen, right? And we've seen this becoming true more and more and more with the plant-based movement, the vegan movement, the health-conscious movement, and general the more and more people that are choosing health over, over sickness. They're choosing life over drama. Educate, the second word of our slogan, is to share information, because there are many people that come to this show from different fields, from the food industry, restaurant owners, cafe owners, founders, CEOs. And I believe each person has something that we can share with each other to inspire and also to learn something new. And finally, connect, because again, without connection, we are lost, really, literally, right? So it's about building more and more bridges and coming together as a country, as a nation, as a world, and find synergies, because synergies is something very interesting in nature, which basically just means 1 + 1 = you got it, 3, right? So this is the meaning of synergy. When I just do it all by myself on my own, it's difficult to go forward. If she or he is only doing it by themselves, also difficult to go forward. So let's come together and let's find the synergies, and then let's accelerate and let's go to the next level together. So I would like to close for today with these words. Please help to subscribe. Please share this video or this message with your friend that you think, well, he or she might be interested in also creating this, new model of reality and this new model of business together. And so we can grow our channel and grow our vision for a more humanized world. I'm your host, Nick. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please leave your comment in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts, your feelings, and please share about your journey. Also, if you are thinking you have an inspiring journey that you want to share on my podcast, why not just reach out? Okay, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and see you next time.